We don't like to breed bottle kids. For a number of years, I was culling out anything that we ever raised as a bottle kid. I culled all those out, but when I go on grazing jobs, if I'm taking around, I want to be able to call the herd and have them come to me. And if you're not giving them feed and you don't have any old bottle mamas, call them bottle mamas. They were raised as a kid, now they're mama. So bottle mamas, if you don't have any of those, they get to be harder to manage to come to you. So I don't mind having a bottle kid raised up, but knowing she might not be the best mother because she was bottle raised. And I think you get a ton of knowledge from being dam raised on the mother. So don't expect those bottle kids to be the best mothers. There's genetics in there, and if they come from good lines and just had a bad mistake, whether it was cold or they were a multi-birth or something like that. But yeah, a dam raised kid's, I would say, always going to be better as a mother. Just depends on what your operation looks like. If you want to be totally hands off and have them out on pasture and never deal with them, like us, that's great. That's going to work for you. But if you want to be a little more involved, if you're moving them all the time, and we do that too, we're taking on jobs, but not everybody's going to be doing that. But if you want to have pets that'll walk up to you and you can pet them, you might want bottle kids to raise up and be friendly, because a lot of our does, you might get 10 feet from them, but you're not going to be able to touch them. And we usually don't keep our bottle kids. We'll raise those bottle kids for the first 24 hours, give them their colostrum, and then we're usually getting rid of them. Some different years, different idea. We're always experimenting. Sometimes a couple years ago, we kept a bunch of them. I culled out all my bottle mamas, and then I missed them. So we kept around a bottle kids that year, and the last 2 years. You don't need very many bottle mamas, like 3 is good. So colostrum is the mother's milk that is in the first 24 hours. It's usually thicker and has a little darker color to it. That's the nourishment of life. That is what those kids need, that colostrum. If you go from, if a kid's born and you give it straight powdered milk the first day, it's either going to be weak or probably going to die soon because it needs colostrum. So if you can't get it from the mother, if something's wrong with her and she doesn't have any milk flow, or she has a hard bag or too thick a colostrum, then you need to have powdered colostrum on hand for those first 24 hours of life. Once they hit 24 hours, then you can go back to regular milk, whether you milk it from a doe, powdered milk from the store. Any kind of milk's fine, but you need colostrum the first 24 hours. We'll go a little longer on it because we want everything to survive. Like if I put her on feed now, yeah, she'll produce more milk. She'll have more for those kids, but then she'll kind of get addicted to that grain. She's going to want that feed all the time. That can be great if that's what you want to do, but we don't want to enable them to always needing that grain or make them work for the hay and the nutrition in that. They'll eat more hay, get more protein. And then giving them shots, anything like that, that's overkill. A lot of people dip the umbilical cord in iodine. That's overkill. You don't need to do that. I'm not a vet, so I mean, there's things I say, there's real world things I say, and there's things that a vet would tell you, and I'm sure not everything's gonna be the same, but just remember we are as low maintenance as you get. This is extremely high maintenance for us. Like we rarely go into a stall, rarely get involved, but it's how you learn. So yeah, we'll leave her alone for taking care of them. Yeah, so the kid gets up, she knocks down, just kind of pushing it towards the udder. And she's a first-time mother, so I'm not gonna judge her too much on how she's doing. She's doing fine for a first-time mother. I would expect a little bit more out of her if she was a veteran doe. I expect her to be pushing. She's stepping away. I don't care for that, but she's first-timer. She should be nudging them forward. And we'll probably see some does over the other place. Maybe there's some new births, but you'll just kind of see how those kids run around outside and mom gets involved. And we can even step out here and see some does, some active mothers doing that. So like that mom's crying for her kid. She's got a tan kid somewhere. But I look more for like body condition. Like this one's just a touch thin. So she hasn't drank milk for a little while. I want to make sure she's finding mom, but she's active, she's healthy, she's crying. It's more when you see them by themselves and they have that really weak cry, like that's the cry, they're not doing well. These guys are doing fine. They're just not used to us walking by them. Find a kid that's kind of sleeping. If I see a mother close by, I'll get the kid up, shake him, toss him around and see how she reacts, and that's kind of that good mothering that we're talking about. There we go. about you? All right, yeah, you're a nice big kid. Where's your mom at? There's your mom. So that's what you like to see out of a mother. When that kid makes a noise, mother makes a noise. She goes and checks on him, she feeds him, makes sure he's okay. And that's not her kid, so she's gonna kick it off. She kicks her own kid off too, because she does not want to feed that other kid, and her kid will come to her again when she's repositioned and not by anybody else. Hi. And so she is a veteran doe. She's probably 8 or 10 years old. She knows what she's doing. So we just gave them this is alfalfa hay. They've been on grass hay for a long time, so we just put out these 2 alfalfa bales since they are all kidding right now. Give them a little bit higher nutrition, higher protein, help that milk flow a little better. There's a lot of does on that hay. They want that.